Looks like everything's going
according to plan.
Gotta make sure everything's good.
Everything's fully operational. something dark side of the force.
The Fourth. What is that from? That's obviously that's Star Wars, but is that Robot Chicken?
No, I remember it. I think it was Robot Chicken.
No, wait.
No, that was Family Guy.
Family Guy brings it. Family Guy.
Good, let the hate flow through you.
Yeah. What was it? The Robot Chicken sketch was Palpatine was going down an elevator or an escalator, and then every soldier was like, what were they like saluted him, and he's like, soldier.
He didn't even sound like himself either. Soldier.
He's just like, soldier.
Remember that?
And by the end, he's just swearing at him.
Oh
like,
man,
fuck you.
Remember when they made Mark Hamill be Chucky in that one skit they made where he gets eaten by the Cabbage Patch Kids?
Jesus, I remember that. Old Family Guy is actually
it's a gem.
Good. Yeah, it's actually not like a goddamn like now. It's just sad. It's sad to see him go, but yeah, I don't know. That's not why we're doing this. I don't think.
I don't think so either.
Is this a Family Guy podcast? I don't even know if this is a podcast, really.
No, probably not.
Guys, welcome. I don't know which one I'm looking at here. I'm
just gonna make direct eye contact with this one. Welcome.
Yeah. I'm gonna make contact with that one. Now let's look at the GoPro.
I don't think the GoPro can see me, but
no, it can see you.
Oh, it's Fish eyes.
Yeah. So this is episode 1 of Shreddy Bois. Well, no, it's
episode 0.
Golf clap for Shreddy Bois. Jesus. No. Exactly. This is not episode 1 because episode 0, this one, we're going to explain a little bit of why the hell we're doing this.
Yeah,
and what the hell
giving
we're
you guys
doing.
a little rundown of what we're going to be rambling and, talking about over here.
Yeah, a lot of rambling. Emphasis on the rambling.
Yes.
So we had this idea, what would you say, like a year ago or something like that?
Yeah, I actually would say
wait, you know what?
Ago. No, wait.
I'm going to pause just for a second. Title card. There's going to be a title card, and there's going to be like flames or something. There's going to be the little Shreddy Bois.
Yeah, that little catchy jingle.
Yeah, but I think we came up with the idea about a year ago, and honestly, it's just we kept pushing it back, and I don't know. I think we were also like busy with
busy
everything.
with a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, so eventually. Oh, I guess, I don't know. How should we tackle this? Should we explain who we are first? Introductions?
Yeah, we should. We definitely should.
Okay, yeah. So let's do that.
You first.
Let's just scratch the last title card. Introductions. This is so stupid. Okay, so I'm Mike Maskus, if you know me in the actual Chicago metal scene. I'm guitar player of Vicious Attack, and
I'm Brian Duran, or as people know me, Duran, from the band Central Disorder.
Duran.
Oh, that's not the first time I heard that.
No, I bet you've been hit over the head with that your whole life.
Oh, the list goes on.
Yeah. So, obviously, I am former guitar player of Central Disorder as well.
Traitor.
So, traitor. Kill the traitor. But, obviously we talked about this for a while, and me and Brian got to know each other very well, and just talk about like anime and video games and gear.
Music.
Yeah,
gear.
Music.
Yeah, definitely gear.
It's funny, I went to anime and video games first.
I know.
and not music.
Actually, hold on. I completely forgot to mention, it was actually because of Mike that I am in Central Disorder. He's the one who reached out to me on Instagram.
That's right. Let's tell that story. So, I had been following you. I don't remember how or why.
I don't remember. Actually, I shared that it was your Rip City episode with my friend Eddie from Rain, and I was like, "Hey, check out my boy," and then yeah.
So I immediately followed you on Instagram, and then I just didn't think twice of it. And then I believe you posted a video. I think it was you doing the Duncan Hills coffee jingle solo.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know if I still have that on there, but yeah.
I can't remember if it was that or if it was Thunder Horse or something, but it was something Death Clock.
No, I never covered Thunder Horse.
Okay, so it was definitely the coffee.
Definitely coffee jingle.
So you recorded yourself doing the solo, and I, like every metalhead, is a huge Death Clock fan.
Yep.
So I saw that. I'm like, holy shit, he's like really good. And then I looked through all of your videos, and I'm like, oh my god, he just does all of these solos that I love.
I wouldn't say really good. You know, I'm just okay.
all right. Don't be humble. But basically, I logged that in the back of my head. I'm like, all right, that's good. You know, maybe I'll get to know this guy in some capacity. At the time, we weren't really looking for a guitar player. I don't think. I think at this point we still had Derek, but then obviously Derek moved on, and then we were looking for another guitar player, and you were literally the first person I thought of, and I messaged you, and you're like, I don't think so. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about it at first, and I'm like, wait, and then it hit me later on. I'm like, hey man.
No, it didn't. What happened was I told you about it. You were like, I was like, and then I told Rob about it. I told him, like, I tried to reach out to this guy. He's really good. I don't think he's interested. And then Rob hit you up, and I think
he sent me a list of all the bands Central Disorder open up with. But no, I was thinking about it throughout the day, and then, after he sent me that message, I'm like, okay, I should really just join this band, because if not, I'm gonna regret it.
Yeah, so I heard from Rob that he basically pushed you in that direction. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, awesome. And then it was not even a matter of time before you learned the songs and all that. So he was obviously he's in the band. You know him, you love him, and we got to know each other. And we, I think with every band member you have like a different relationship. You have a different relationship with your drummer. You have a different
bromance.
Yes, exactly. Like, so with me and him specifically, it was just video games and YouTube dramas and anime and basically just all the nerd stuff you could possibly imagine.
Even making impressions of SpongeBob characters.
Yes, exactly. So that's how we met, and that's how this idea got formed. Was a long time ago. We're like, hey, who would want to watch a bunch of idiots just talk about stuff?
Yeah.
So that's the introduction to who we are. Do you have anything else with that? You want to talk about your influences? We play metal.
Yeah.
We play death metal if you haven't.
Or I'll make any trendy song into a gent song, if any.
Do it. Do Barbra Streisand.
I'll gentrify it.
What's the Stranger Things? Oh, damn it! I shouldn't date this episode.
Stop it. There's people who have not watched that yet.
Okay. Good.
Now's not a good time.
Yeah. We also shouldn't date this episode so it's evergreen, so people can watch it in the future.
The future.
The future. All right. Well, yeah. So he's in the. What are your favorite bands? Just
obviously. Well, a lot of people know about this. Black Dahlia Murder, Necrophagist.
Yeah.
Exhumed is another one. There we Carcass, Arch Enemy, Revocation, and there's a bunch more.
I love me some Carcass. And would you say the bands you named are also like huge influences on
Definitely.
your playing?
They impact my playing a whole lot. For Revocation, I always follow David Davidson. I bought a couple of his lesson packs as well, and I just spend hours practicing on them. And I kind of learned a few like different arpeggios, different scales, some chords that hurt my fingers when I first tried them.
God, he's Revocation is one of those bands that I wish I was really, really into. The music has never really clicked with me. It's very like, would you say like progressive thrash?
So when I
know?
first got into them, this was when their Chaos of Forms album was out. That were still like they were more on the thrash side, but they were adding like influences of prog to it.
Right.
I just ran into the video No Funeral on YouTube, and I'm like, wow, this band's really cool. This was actually 10 years ago, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love him as a personality, David Davidson.
Yeah.
And he is an incredible guitar player. Anybody who could play what they play and
do vocals
sing at the same time is incredible. That's why even if you don't like Children of Bodom, let's say you're one of these people don't like them, you have to really give props to Alexi.
Exactly. You know that guy. Honestly, I feel like that guy, brought in a whole lot than a lot more than people think.
I'm eventually gonna get my wedding band tattooed, but what I'm gonna do is have it tattooed. I'm going to incorporate Alexi's snake finger.
I didn't know he had that.
Yeah. Take a look. Google Alexi's tattoos, and you'll see he has a snake coiled around his finger. I know that it's really dumb to get hand tattoos because they just fade away, but who cares, All right, so we got off topic a little bit. All right, so those are your influences. They've influenced your playing. Yeah. And Central Disorder, guys, if you haven't heard them, are basically death metal. It's
melodic death metal.
Yeah, melodic death metal. So, what would you compare Central Disorder to in terms of sound?
In terms of sound, I mean, I've always been hit with, hey, you guys remind me of Lamb of God.
Lamb of God, yeah.
Most of it, I had another one, but I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. Some people would say that we remind them, some say Black Dahlia, old Black Dahlia Murder, like Unhallowed, Miasma type Black Dahlia.
I got Old In Flames one time.
In Flames as well. There you go. I was about to hit those as well.
I'm trying to think who else, but yeah, I think if you are a fan of Lamb of God, check them out. Obviously this is a plug for the end of the episode, but yeah, I'm just giving you a little background. As for me, I started guitar really, really late in life. So like my influences are like really weird. It's like Children of Bodom and like Fear Factory and like a lot of weirdness thrown in there, like Good Charlotte.
Actually, now that you mentioned, like, when did you start playing guitar?
It was when I was first going into college.
Oh, okay.
So I was going into Moraine Valley, and I had a guitar, but I wasn't really being serious about it. But I got my BC Rich. It's in the corner. You can't really see it. It's over there. But I just started like really honing in like metal abilities, like picking and doing alternate picking and stuff like that.
Right.
Fear Factory really helped. Children of Bodom, yeah, a lot of Death Clock. Like that's basically when I started. Is I fell in love with Death Clock. I'm like I want to learn every one of these songs, and I did. I bought like every Death Clock tab book. And I just sat and I learned all of those songs, and it was really good for my right hand. You learn a lot of different techniques learning that stuff,
Strengthening that tremolo picking.
Exactly, which would help later because I'm in a band called Vicious Attack, which is just purely, I'd say, like if it's basically Slayer with death metal vocals is how I could explain it.
Thrash death metal, if anything.
Very death metal, very thrash. And you need a really strong picking hand for that kind of stuff, A lot of people always ask me, they're like, hey, did you just what is it, single pick all of that? I'm like, Yeah, it's kind of a bad habit, but I made it work, I'm not really like an up and downer, like when you pick.
Just as long as your like joints over here are not hurting, because apparently I've never like in all the years I played guitar, I've never heard about this, but one of my friends is like, oh, you better be careful with the way you pick because you could potentially mess up the joints in your hand.
Oh yeah, no, I know that eventually I'm screwing myself here with my hands, but
okay.
I'm a very soft player. I'm not like hitting the strings like really hard and all that. I think that attributes to like my longevity, but yeah, dumb thrash death metal,
Dumb thrash.
just aggressive and a lot of solos. So
Aggressive
like
caveman thrash.
Yeah, exactly. That's my background there. So yeah, that's two local Chicago musicians going on a journey.
On a journey that they may never return from.
Yes, a podcast journey. So, all right, let's go into what the show is, I guess. So, I guess the first title card will be introduction. What will be the second one? I guess the show or
probably like what the show's about.
The show. Cut. All right. So the show is very simple. I'm a huge fan of like a bunch of like metal podcasts and like I'm a huge fan of Ola's. So I really really wanted to do like I have my own versions. If you're watching this, you've seen Coffee Time, maybe you've seen Riff City and Coffee Time Express. I have different versions of like a podcast, but it's not really a podcast. It's like a video YouTube show, but it can be treated as a podcast. It's just a video format.
Don't mean to interrupt, but I was in an episode of Coffee Time Express.
Yes, he was. When he first came into Central Disorder, I did a Coffee Time Express. I think it's definitely still out there on my page. But yeah, so I've done interviews. I've just never done like this, like a one-on-one podcast type thing.
Yeah, this would be a first for me too, actually.
Yeah, so we're going to be learning, folks, on how to do this stuff. Exactly. But we're going to have different segments. So like, obviously we just nerded out about metal and video games, and you don't even want to know where we'll go with like anime and all that.
Down the anime rabbit hole.
Exactly. So we're not going to every episode is going to be different in terms of we're not going to just stick to one thing. We'll tackle metal news sometimes. I would like to tackle like gear stuff, like if something new comes out in the gear realm.
Yeah, we could just give our thoughts about it and everything.
Yeah. Maybe if Corey Taylor says something stupid one week.
What's Corey Taylor's opinion on certain takes?
Exactly. We could tackle that, and if there's a new song of an artist that drops, we can do like a live reaction. I just ideas floating around. We could do like a little mini adventures. Like if we both go to the same show, we can document that. And most of all, I would love to do like guests. And that's something we talked about.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be like just guests who like. So the guests that we're planning on having is, local musicians from like the Chicagoland area or actually anywhere. You don't just have to be metal, by the way. We don't want to just keep it like metal only. If you're not metal, you're not in this. No, definitely. Anyone's welcomed. Of
course. With some stuff I've done in the past, it's been strictly metal or like, with Riff City, it's strictly guitar or bass players. But it's like, no, I would like to tackle metal musicians if we have like fellow Twitch people or anybody really who has like
anyone,
any kind of input on what we're going to talk about,
Yeah, we like to have a little more variety into
exactly.
This.
So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be basically a bunch of random bullshit. But we hope that you're fine with that and you join us on this journey.
Yes.
I mean, that's basically what it is. But I think we will find our flow here, and then, we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm pretty sure it'll go somewhere.
Yeah. Well, what do you have? What do you have hopes for with this? Do you think? Something specific will become popular out of everything we do? So if you know me, sorry guys, there's a little edit there. I don't know if that's gonna come through or not. But if you know me, I'm a huge fan of Ola, and he does every week these weekly riff challenges. And that's another thing that I would love to tackle, every single episode that we do this, is we're going to start out the episode with us just riffing on that, and
some shredding, too.
Yeah. Hence the namesake of the podcast, Shreddy Bois.
Shreddy Bois.
So, hopefully you guys enjoy that. And then, obviously, we're going to have a pretty rockin' theme song, hopefully, by the time I edit this.
Yeah, it's a very tasty jam, if you ask me.
So, obviously, this is episode 0. This is just setting the table, so to speak, for everything that's going to come. But hopefully, yeah, I'm thinking maybe the first episode will drop, if everything's perfect, maybe towards the end of this month, or
if everything goes
maybe the beginning of August. I really don't want it to be any later than that.
Yeah, me neither. No.
I think we could do it. Have everything prepared. And that was another thing. I don't know. I would love to do this, if we get the machine running well, like I'd say like once or twice a month, I mean, I'd love to do twice a month, but with us getting together and all that and recording the riff challenge and everything, obviously this is scheduling that we have to figure out.
Yeah, definitely.
Or maybe we could just pile up the riff challenges and just plug them in as we go, but or maybe we just keep every episode different,
Very different.
Maybe one of them will just be like mostly an interview with a guest, so who knows? I don't.
Time will tell.
Episode 0, Shreddy Bois. Woo!
Yeah.
You got any sign-offs, Brian?
Actually I do, and he forgot to mention this, but his band Vicious Attack has some coffee.
We got brand new coffee.
Yeah, Caffeination of War.
Caffeination of War. Here, let me see it.
Go ahead.
Put that. I don't know if it could see it.
So if any of you guys are interested, make sure you buy some coffee off of him. Whenever you see him on the street, just
Yeah, just pull over and be like, "Hey,
give me some coffee.
I want coffee." Be like, "Ah, I don't have any on me." Yeah, we got brand new coffee, guys. I'll talk about that hopefully soon, because it's currently not on Bandcamp right now. We're working on it. Hopefully that'll also be up by the end of the month. We sold it at the metal market. It did very well, so we're very excited. We're also going to bring you a second roast. We're going to bring you a second variety of this coffee.
A second roasting, I see.
Exactly. God damn it. All right. Episode 0, done.
Done. And make sure you stay tuned and watch the next episode. Otherwise, I'm going to spoil the ending of Attack on Titan for this guy.
Oh, my God. You better watch.
Better subscribe. Or else.
Speaking of which, do you have any social media that they could find you at? The peeps?
Yeah, you can find me at TikTok. My name is Devious Riffs, and also Instagram, which is Brian Duran 666.
There you go. That's easy to remember, guys. I don't know what I am on Instagram. I think it's literally Masky. Well, I'll have myself tagged at the bottom of this. I really should have been more prepared. But you could also find my band Vicious Attack on Instagram at Vicious Attack 1. But all of the clips that you see are going to be put on our individual pages as well as the Masky page. Yeah. Right.
Oh, and I also forgot to mention, you could also find me at Central Disorder on Instagram and on Facebook.
Yes, and YouTube as well.
Definitely.
Central Disorder Music on YouTube.
Check it out.
All right, episode 0, done. Woo! I don't know. There's no way to sign this off. Clap again.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Go away.
We'll get better at our outros as we go.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we won't.
It's done.